What's up, everybody? I'm Scott.
I'm Jason.
And this is another week of Liquid Kernedge. What's up, dude?
Oh, nothing. I'm back in Sacramento, baby.
You're in the old sack.
I'm in old sack, yeah. It's so funny because that must be a big thing. Like, you know how, like old Scottsdale, old Tucson. Well, Sacramento has old Sacramento, but you don't call it old Sacramento. You call it old Sac. So I have to chuckle with myself because every time someone says, "Hey, are you going to go check out old Sac?"
You say, "No, I don't want to look at that 85-year-old man's balls. That's fine."
You need to go look at Old Sac.
Does Old Sac hang lower than Midtown Sac?
Well,
what about Uptown Sac? Will Uptown Sac fuck you up?
There is a Midtown Sac. That's the thing. Is like one of the security guard lady at the place I'm at. She lives in Midtown. I said, "Well, what's in Midtown?" And she goes, "Oh, there's all kinds of bars, and you really need to go check out Midtown." I said, "Yeah, I think I'd rather see Midtown than Old Sac."
Yeah. I'll be honest, though. If I lived in a community that had a nickname like Old Sac, I would play that double entendre all the time, just because that's how I am. And if anyone asks, "Well, what's there to do?" I just said, "You have to go see Old Sac."
Well,
you have to check out Old Sac.
It's almost like
Old Sac.
It's almost like seeing it from the that's what she said. I mean, that's what I think about.
Oh my God, I would. That joke would never get old for me. I would pull that joke out at the most inopportune time, just because you know what it plays. That joke never gets old.
Is there a cool place in Kingman that we could do that with?
No, I don't think so, man. I don't think there's any place like Old King. No, Old Town. No, there's no place like that around here.
You could say go to Cock Rock.
Yeah, you could. That's on the way to Bullhead, though. Cock Rock.
It's not really in Kingman, yeah.
No, and you can't really get to it because it's on the side of the road in the Black Mountains. But still, you're right. I'll see you at Cock Rock. That sounds kind of weird when you say it out loud like that.
I really miss getting to see you, buddy. It sucks, man. We could talk about these stories while we were sitting there having a little tequila or beer or something. And now.
Yeah, and I'm glad you pointed out that we're talking about Cock Rock, and you said you miss me, man. That's going to be great notes on Tom's podcast or Tom's notes this week.
By the way, check out at Liquid Kernedge for Cock Rock for Scott's. No, I'm just kidding.
But our social media is at Liquid Kernedge on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you want to talk to Tom, our executive producer, it's liquid_EP on Twitter. He is posting a lot of his notes on the show every week. And I have to admit, I think he's putting his funnier ones on there, and I don't think Tom's that funny. Yeah, I said it. We're going to get a note on that, but he's getting pretty funny with this.
I think that he has like one of those I don't want to say goth following, but he has a following. Like people, I think, go to see what Tom wants to say about the show, and right. I'm sure he has some followers.
I'm positive he does, because I look just out of morbid curiosity. He texts you and I the notes, but I still go there to look to see what it is he's putting on there. And I almost want him to – I know we're still working on trying to get our audio switched over to that new program, but I'd like to get him onto one of these shows just every week for a couple weeks just to hear him comment while we're recording. Because I think the executive producer would be a key part of the show if he so chose to be.
Well, he was on the Christmas show, the second Christmas show when I had the strep throat, and I remember his grievances was tea. It's like tea. And all I could think is, oh boy, this is going to be a long episode.
He's a very pragmatic adult. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah. Sacramento's kind of it's kind of an interesting town. But Noreen asked, "Well, do you think we should maybe go on a weekend trip here?" And it's like, unless we're going to go see Old Sac, I don't know what else is here.
Well, do you want Noreen staying at Old Sac?
Well, she does probably every night, but that's not important right now.
Oh,
dude, I'm old as shit, man.
I know. I might as well take you out in the back and put a bullet in your head. I know.
Yeah, I mean, I have one toe, maybe two toes now in the grave.
Right?
In the grave.
Yeah, they say your life is like seasons. Like, you're born, it's the spring, and then your youth is the spring and summertime. And I figure I'm what, 37 now? I'm probably I'm hoping about the July of my life. Mid-July, right past the 4th of July. Not too early, not too late. Midsummer, you think?
No, you're you're probably more like May. Like mid-May.
I think if you're like May, you're in your 20s.
No, dude, no. Are you kidding me? Like 20s is like March. I mean, we're like right now would be 20s.
Really?
Right now, maybe early April would be in the 20s.
All right, I'll go with that. I like your analogy, but your analogy means I might live longer.
That's true. Exactly. See, I'm speaking up for you. Well, you're getting all healthy. You're getting ready for Pat Tillman's run.
That's right. That's coming up in a couple of weeks. Yeah, about a month out from the Tillman run next month.
Yeah.
Our intern JP and I will be running that 4.2 miles down in downtown Tempe on the weekend of 420.
If I wasn't going on a cruise for a friend of ours' wedding, I'd be running it with you, my friend. I've been running. I've been trying to get in better shape. I'm trying to get healthy, and I would be running with you guys.
Well, there's always next year. Maybe that's what we should focus on. We should find a run we can all run together with. We can get the Liquid Kernedge crew out there for a run, whether it be Flagstaff or Prescott. We'll take a destination weekend, and we'll go sign up for a 5K. And we might finish. We might stop at a bar. We just might bring beer and walk and talk the whole time. Who knows?
Didn't we talk about so one episode we talked about doing the Liquid Kernedge road trip.
The Great American Road Trip.
We talked about the Liquid Kernedge bachelor party, which really is just a guy's weekend.
Yeah.
That's pretty much a guy's weekend.
That's really all it is. That's all a bachelor party really is that no one here is getting married, so we might as well just do it and call it that.
And now we're talking about doing the Liquid Kernedge fun run someplace.
What was that episode of The Office where it was the Michael Scott run for rabies and hip replacements, whatever he did, where he made everybody in the office run? And it was like a really long. Do you remember that episode?
I very vaguely remember the episode.
I remember that he knew he had the carb load, so before he started to run, he ate this thing of a fettuccine Alfredo and started puking about halfway through.
Oh, don't do that, Scott, on the Tillman run, man.
No,
there will be videos going for that.
Oh, I know. It was funny. JP and I when we signed up for, we're like, all right, well, we'll walk, run, because we're not runners. We're not built to run, so we can run a little bit, walk a little bit, run a little bit, walk a little bit. And one of our trainers decided she wanted to support us in this bucket list item, so she signed up too. We heard her husband are doing it. We love them for it. That's Todd and Kristen Davidson. And it's going to be a lot of fun, but JP and I looked at each other like, well, shit. Now we're going to end up running more than walking because they're not going to let us stop because they're both very fit people, and he and I like beer. So it's going to be an interesting morning, to say the least.
No, here's the thing you got going for you, though, Scott. They're going to run so much faster than you, they'll be gone before you guys even get the quarter mile in.
Oh, God, I hope so. I hope so.
So that's what you have to hope for.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out.
I need your analytical mind here, buddy, because I've been kind of but I've been thinking about something, and I think it's morbidly weird. And Noreena's kind of commented, but I'm going to get your opinion. So every morning when I decide to sit on the throne and relax in the morning, the first thing I do is go in the bathroom.
I already like where this conversation's going. Go ahead.
I go to my phone, I go onto imdb.com, and I look at everyone's birthday, who was born today, famous people, famous movie stars that were born today. But I take an amazing amount of curiosity into looking at when it shows that people have died, going into their page to find out how they died.
Every morning while you're sitting on the toilet.
Yeah. It goes without fail that especially if someone was born after me and they died early, I always read the story to see how they died.
That is kind of
weird. If someone from the early 50s and 60s died at 47, anyone who dies around my age, I look to see how they died.
I don't even know.
Is that weird? Is that more what?
Well, okay, to each their own. We all have our hobbies that we look up and what we want to, read in the morning while we're trying to wake up. I get it. Some people check the stock market. Some people read the news. You like to see who was born and who died on that day and how they died. What makes it weird, though, is that you're pointing out you're doing it while you're sitting on the toilet.
Well, I think it's because it helps me focus, but I just think it's so strange that I
focus on that.
I've always liked shows like that. I like to watch Investigative Discovery or Investigative ID, because I always want to watch those murder shows where, one of my favorites was Deadly Women, it was called, and every episode was marked with 2 or 3 cases of females who murdered or who killed serial killers or And I don't know why I have that morbid curiosity. Does that say something about me?
That's on the ID channel, right? Where they have shows like Murder for Brunch and, Three Murders and a Picnic.
Yeah.
I think what's more morbidly weird about this is that you have to do it while you're on the toilet. I mean, if you just said, yeah, man, well, I'm commuting to work or I'm sitting at my desk first thing in the morning to kind of get my brain going, I look at this. But no, you specifically pointed out that you have to be on the throne while you're doing this.
Hey, we all have our little idiosyncrasies, buddy.
Well, no, and I don't disagree. So do I. Mine may not be that morbidly weird, but, I have to check ArizonaSports.com every morning and Yahoo.com for news. And that's when I get to my desk. I don't turn on my phone before then. I don't look at anything until I get to my office. And maybe that's when I'm sitting at my desk because I start getting going mentally. But I can't do what you do that early in the morning, especially looking at that. That's weird.
So do you think that there's a problem? Do you think I need to go to a doctor?
I don't think you need to go to a doctor.
Well, I don't know.
I think you maybe got to mix it up.
_EP might have a different opinion about this.
Oh yeah, the notes on that would be fantastic.
Oh yeah, those are going to be definitely. We're going to want to see those on the at Liquid or at Kernedge. No, at Liquid _EP.
Yeah. So I got to tell you. So I was talking to a friend the other day, and I'm trying to convert them to become one of the Liquid Kernedge Nation, and they asked well, I've never listened to your show, but what should I listen to? Like, which episodes should I listen to? And I got to think, I was like, man, we're almost at a year now. We've been doing this.
Yeah,
we started recording about this time last year.
This will be our 46th episode this week.
So we're creeping up on our 1 year Liquid Kernedge anniversary. And she asked, she goes, well, what should we listen to? What should I listen to? I was like, gosh, man, I don't know. Like, I got to think about the one where Stephanie Reynolds came on and we talked about bad first dates.
Oh, God, that was a classic, man. That was a good one.
Tattoo was a good one. And I just kind of gave her a spectrum of where we started and just how we came up. And I told her, I got to be honest with you, my all-time favorite still is Avril Lavigne and the Lizard People.
Oh, God. That was a good one.
Still just a fun one to listen to because you don't know if we're complete idiots or if there's some merit to what we're saying. And it really gives you a good balance and an idea of who Jason and I are, like, as hosts of the show.
Well, and when you look over the history of the podcast, I mean, we have really dived into so many different areas of listening and different topics and conversations, and so we don't really we definitely do not adhere to a certain style.
Oh no, and I think that's what people I tend to like about us. We've got some other listeners. Good friends of mine, Janelle and Tim Painter from Montana. Janelle does her best, man, to spread the word of Liquid Kernedge up there. Thank you, Janelle. We really appreciate it. Big shout out to you.
We do. You've been a loyal listener from the beginning. I mean, you were on the very first tattoo.
When we talk about our original 4 listeners, you are one of them. So thank you for that. But just trying to get the word out about. It's hard to get the word out about a podcast. And when people ask what's your favorite one, you don't want to be biased. But, you don't want to say, well, that one kind of sucked. But, I'm not going to say all of ours are great, but we have ones that are better than, I guess more better than more bad. Does that even sound correct?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've had some that definitely seem to touch a chord with people more than others. We have a top 10 list. Like if you were to go to our top 10 most downloaded episodes, we have a top 10 list. Mm-hmm. Scott, do you think you have an idea of a couple of them on the list
of our top 10? Oh yeah. Honestly, yeah. The Deal Breakers with Susie way back in the day, man. She brought the audience with us. That was a great episode.
Yeah, and that's our number 1 episode. That is
still to this day our number 1 episode.
Yeah, that one is by far, no, not by far, but it's one of the top ones. It's one of the top ones.
Well, that's good to know. What are some other top ones that we've done? This is turning into a retrospective show now. So
yeah, well, okay. So,
Tattoo
was our first one. That was a good one. Avril Lavigne and the Lizard People. That's our number 4.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'd like to revisit that one, though, later on with some more conspiracies, because I've been doing a lot of reading up on them. I've really gotten into it on the YouTube channels.
Okay.
And I've gone down some rabbit holes, man. I have gone down some rabbit holes.
Are we Facebook official?
Oh, that's a good one too.
That was a really good one. Yeah, I like that one a lot. She was so honest, like you know what I mean? Like she was so honest and just out there and just very, very friendly and open, you know, and I think that was really good. That was a really good one. That was a really good one. Highway to the Friend Zone.
Oh, that's another good one.
A classic. I mean, that's just a classic.
I'm seeing a pattern forming here of what our top hits are. When we talk about relationships, people tend to tune in and listen because they do want to hear our perspective on that, apparently.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Now, over, then, we've had a couple of them, like with the Funk was one of the early ones that we had a lot of people listen to. We also had Kids Today. That was an interesting one because that's where we had Andy Williams as our special guest, and she kind of went through, raising children, raising a teenage daughter and a soon-to-be teenage son. That was a good one.
That was a good one. That one felt like a serious after-school special too. Like, it got the point across. It was very heartfelt and a very mature topic for what we've been doing.
Oh yeah, big time.
And just on a side note with that, you can always tell, like if you listen to the show, if you've been listening since day one, you can always tell which episodes Jason decided to produce versus which ones I decided to produce because Jason wanted to change the world. That's how this started. He wanted to have a platform that people would they'd buy into it and they want to get behind what we're doing to change the world. And man, I just want to talk about cool things.
And sometimes sometimes they start off, in one direction and we switch it up.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's just how it flows sometimes.
And as we've gone, man, like it's just a niche we found because I think you and I like the whole Vendetta one where we both just randomly saw that movie and
yeah,
it was a good one to talk. We both had the same idea. We're finally getting synced up a year later, even from all this distance.
Oh, yeah. Well, and just when we were going to even talk about it, to see that we both saw the movie and we both decided to go see it, it was a lot of fun. I mean, that was fun. We've been. I mean, I think the other thing I've loved about the podcast is just all the places that we've been around the world. Not just listeners here in the United States or listeners in Arizona, but I mean, we've had Britain, Canada, the Dominican Republic, France, Japan, Ukraine, Australia, Germany. It looks like we've had. We've even had stuff in Taiwan. We had Luxembourg, dude. Luxembourg. Yeah.
Hold on, that's it up.
Still learning about bird questions. Tell me a bird fact to learn more about them.
Sorry about that. Alexa decided she wanted to tune in.
Be part of it too. I love it.
And apparently you can't say Luxembourg without setting her off. So lesson learned on that one.
Oh man. So I mean, we have had a lot of fun, but I can't believe we're coming up on a year already, man.
Right. I guess is that a cause for the Liquid Kernedge party? I mean, we did have the Gruber back at New Year's, and that was a shit show on wheels.
Dude, we were trending to have the most downloaded episode of all time, and you cut it.
I did cut it.
No. You made an executive decision, but on behalf of other people.
Yeah, it wasn't us. I don't care. We didn't say anything out of line, but some people felt that they weren't properly represented.
Well, and I think we've learned. I mean, I think that you can admit that we have learned that, and I think it was take this job and shove it. Being drunk and doing a podcast really shouldn't happen.
No,
really
no,
shouldn't.
I don't think it should either. We should have someone that can moderate at all times and take the microphone away at all times.
Yeah, the one time we needed the EP, he was nowhere to be found.
No. He wanted no part of it. But I would like him to listen to that show at some point and give us the notes.
I think I could go to my text and find it. I mean, I've got every single text he sent me. I've got 45 texts from Tom with that information. So,
well, maybe Tom at Liquid_EP over on the Twitter can hit us up with the notes from the Gruber pub crawl we did over New Year's Eve weekend
that was fun.
as a fan appreciation. It was a lot of fun. It was a great time. And we learned that it's better to associate with our fans, hang out with the people that listen, but do not try to record afterward because it does not end well.
Hey, what's been going on in Kingman, man? I feel like I'm out of the loop now. Anything cool?
Well, we're getting to Dunkin' Donuts and the Jersey Mike's. That's about it right now.
Oh, that's exciting. Hey, did you go anywhere for St. Patty's Day?
Yeah, we actually went. We went downtown to the Rickety Cricket for a little while, hung out there, and then Julia Walters Kowalski Nunez, that works with myself and our buddy Dean's daughter.
Nunez. Wow.
Sorry, I said the name wrong. Julia Carey Walters Kowalski Nunez.
Wow. How many names do you want to add to the business card, right?
Every chance we get, man, we tack one on to her. It drives her nuts. But she's singing with a local band named the Swillers now. So, yeah, so she's singing with them. So we went out to the new Sundowner out on the edge of town and listened to them play. And it was packed, man. It was a weird crowd out there, too. Because, they have their regular crowd because it's on the edge of town. And it's mostly a cowboy bar. And the Cowboys are there. And then everyone came down to listen to them. And they're more of a they play all sorts of ranges of music, but they're not country music. So it was just a weird crowd. It was a lot of fun, though. We had a good time.
Oh, good. Okay. And I'm sure she liked having you cheering her on and stuff.
Oh, yeah. All of us came out. Her dad and Dean's wife, Danielle, and myself and Chris Bennett and Vicky Dadamash came out. So we all had a good time and just kind of watched her and enjoyed the evening.
Oh,
so, yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on. And it's been kind of quiet because finally winter decided to show up over here the last couple of weeks.
Oh, it's been cold. Yeah.
It's been difficult to go out and do things.
Yeah. Hey, we've had kind of a winter storm too. It hit 62, dude.
In Old Sac?
It hit 60. No, in Phoenix.
Oh, did it?
It hit 62, man.
Did you have to get out your galoshes and parkas and pray
no,
for it?
I still wore just a shirt, but it was potentially pretty cold.
I think a lot of people don't realize, it's still haven't picked up on the fact that you're living in Phoenix full-time now, and I'm living up in Kingman full-time. So this is all done over the internet.
Yeah.
What we're doing.
And it, for the most part, I know that the executive producer has not been a total fan of our recording style, but it has worked okay, and the people seem to be listening, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, I guess now's a good time for us to ask our fans, what can we do for you? Like, what do you want to hear from us in future episodes? Hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all at Liquid Kernedge. Do you have an idea for a show? Do you want to come on the show? We've got a list of people that do want to come on the show, but unfortunately we have to get the sound issue worked out, and we have to work on that Anchor app here to see if it can work. But, if you want to be on the show...
Yeah, I mean, I'm supposed to test that, but it's frankly, I've been in a hotel room the last couple of weeks, and, and when I see Old Sac, it kind of throws me for a loop,
I'm sure, but it'd take probably about an hour to concentrate on fixing if we really sat down and did it. So we need to get our shit together, both you and I, and get this thing figured out. Because I want to get some more guests on the show, man. We've got a friend of the show that just opened up a brand new bakery in town, and she's killing it, and she wants to come on and talk about that.
Why can't we get it? Why can't we use this technology we have?
Because it's easier for people with this new technology. They can call in, essentially, and use their headphones and their phones. We're not trying to coordinate schedules and locations at that point.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. It's easier scheduling that way because we can have up to 10 calls.
I think we do need very soon, before the end of the first year of Liquid Kernedge, we need to get the executive producer on. Maybe you know what would be really cool is we got all of our past guests to have a huge party and over the last year just talk about what's going on in their lives and stuff, and we could do like where are they now?
That's true, because we just learned about what happens when you get people drunk and give them a microphone. So we're gonna have to ask them not to drink until after we record.
Or just have one. Yeah, don't have too many. I mean,
you've met these people. There's no way they can have just one. You've met us. There's no way we can have just one.
Man, you know what I just realized too? Last week I realized this upcoming birthday, my mom turns 75. I've got to do something big time.
Right. My brother turns 40 here in a couple weeks. I got to do something for him too.
Holy shit! The EP is gonna be 40.
Right.
Gee, oh man, you talk about foot in the grave, dude.
Right. I tell you what, man, we're gonna hear some notes on that one, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Everyone's gonna have to reach out to @liquid_EP. Give him a little shout out.
Yeah.
Did you see any good movies lately?
No, there's nothing really good that's come out that I really have to see. The last one I saw was Death Wish. And I don't think there's anything coming out until, I think, Avengers Infinity War next month that I just have to see.
So what are you doing? Just like doing the podcast and going home and chilling? Is that what you're doing?
I'm just going to the gym, and then I'm working, and yeah, it's been busy.
Oh,
but not like. Well, we had that massive party, Black Tie Gala fundraiser last week, and
right.
and there's just been a lot of things going on. What about you? I mean, what's going on in Phoenix? What are you doing when you're not recording or go to work?
Okay, so when I'm not going to work, I've been planning for this bachelor party, and I think I've got it pretty much nailed down. It's not a secret to the groom. We're gonna go to Topgolf for a couple hours. I booked one of the bays at Topgolf, and then I made a reservation at the Davidoff at Geneva cigar bar. And I booked one of the little booths that overlooks the strip, so the guys can get together and kind of chill, and then from there, who knows what happens.
Okay, I have to point this out to you. There's a conversation about your idea for a bachelor party last week, and we all decided that if there's ever a bachelor party in our social circle to be had, you are not to plan it.
Why?
When you said that you wanted to get everyone together and just talk about stories about past experiences and situations with girlfriends and whatever else, and just learning curves and experiences. And our intern JP and I had this conversation, and I think his exact words were, "Fuck that! I want to see some titties." So
but he's a retard. So
of course he does. It's just a very blunt, funny conversation. Yeah,
not to mention the fact that I don't want to get the groom to be divorced before he even gets married, dude. I mean, now if you were getting married and you found, Mrs. the next Miss or the first next Miss Scott Kern, and you wanted me to go take you to a nudie bar, I'd be more than happy to, dude. But
I think we'd have to have a slew of options. I'd like my bachelor party to be planned by committee. That way, there's a fair representation of everything out there.
And I don't know about you, but once you've seen one set, you've seen two sets.
No.
I mean,
Yeah. So, on that note,
it's like Ron White was saying that, hey, man, once you've seen one set, you want to see the rest of them.
you want to see them all.
Exactly.
So, we've pretty much gone on for a half hour now about absolutely nothing, but just talking about the show.
We're catching up or something, like we haven't talked in a month or something.
Exactly. We talk every week, and I'll be honest, even though we still only talk a couple times a week in between shows, I think I still talk to you more than I talk to most of the people right now. That's just the way the world's going. So it's still good to sit and catch up with you. And I think this lets people know that we actually are friends. We're not just doing this for the money.
Well, this whole started because we would sit at Starbucks Sunday mornings, right? Yeah. And we'd sit and go on and just let the conversation free flow to wherever it goes. And we thought, man, I wonder if other people would enjoy hearing two idiots talk like this.
Oh, speaking of, right? Sorry, go ahead. I had one more thought. Finish that thought.
I'm done. That was it.
Oh, okay. So, your son-in-law Sammy is getting married to his fiancée Taylor here in a few months, and you and I were talking about this before we went on we went on the air. I'm sorry. I'm excited. I gotta stop stammering. But on their wedding invitation, they talked about, or they asked the question, "What song do you want to hear?"
Oh, yeah.
Like, what song do you want to hear the DJ play that you will dance to?
Yep.
Yeah, and I got a text from one of our friends like, "Did you see this?" And like, I haven't really looked at it that close. He goes, and he sat and took a picture of it. And I said, "Oh, what song?" So we spent like a half hour ripping, man. Like, what songs did you want to hear at that wedding? He's like, "We're not gonna dance to any of these, but like, can I just send them a playlist? Like, I Want to Sex You Up by Color Me Bad, Bump and Grind by R. Kelly." Oh, man. And we went on for a half hour back and forth with just all the different songs that we could put out there, like a virgin. By Madonna.
Yeah. Or what's that? There was that one Boy George song. There's time, something. Do you really want to hurt me?
The crying game.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, jeez.
So no, I think what we're learning, this is the straight lesson right now in be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it.
Yeah, and
I love them. They're great. But it's like, and I know it's their special day, but sometimes it's like the old sack joke. When you see a joke like that,
you got to just pop it up and hit it out of the park, baby.
Hey, man, if they're serving it to us on a tee, we're rude not to swing as hard as we can, to swing for the fences.
Oh, dude, that's hilarious.
Oh, man. So
I have to be good though, so I can't name any songs like that. But what his friends do, I can't control that.
Well, I think I'm gonna once I get back to a computer with a printer, I'm gonna create a list and send it in with my RSVP of just songs. So to close out the show tonight, we haven't done this in a couple weeks. I thought we'd do a BuzzFeed quiz this week.
We have to do one BuzzFeed quiz just for Tom.
Just for Tom, and this is the Liquid Kernedge BuzzFeed quiz of the week. And Jason, you'll be taking the quiz. I'll be administering.
Okay.
And this week's quiz is: which Minor Friends character are you?
Oh, Minor Friends. Okay.
Yeah, from the show Friends, one of the greatest sitcoms ever, Friends. Which Minor Friends character are you?
So that's not going to be one of the main 6. That's going to be some other person.
Yeah. So your options.
Okay, I'm going to guess. I'm going to be Tom Selleck's character, man.
You're going to guess you're going to be Tom Selleck's character?
Yeah, I'm good-looking, rich. Well, no.
I'm going to call you. I'm going to call and say you're going to be Janice.
Oh my God!
All right, let's do this. You ready?
Ready.
All right. Choose your favorite place to hang out: the hallway, Central Perk, Joey and Chandler's apartment, or the office.
Oh, Joey and Chandler's apartment.
All right. Pick your favorite episode: the one where Estelle dies, the one with the sonogram, the one with all the rugby, or the one with the flashback.
Oh God. I did like the rugby. I thought that was funny.
All right, we'll give you that one. Pick your favorite celebrity cameo: Brad Pitt, Bruce Willis, Julia Roberts, or Reese Witherspoon.
Oh, actually, it was the Bruce Willis one. That was pretty good.
He went through a phase there where he did a bunch of cameos in sitcoms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and actually, after watching Death Wish, he's actually aged pretty good. I mean, he could have definitely turned, and he's aged pretty good.
I think so. Too. He was very good in that cameo of That 70s Show.
I never saw that one, so
that was a good one. All right, so next, choose your coffee at order at Central Perk: espresso, a flat white, a latte, or I hate coffee.
Latte.
All right. Pick your favorite Friends baby: Emma, Jack, Erica, or Ben. For those that don't know, Emma is Ross and Rachel's baby. Jack and Erica are Chandler and Monica's twins, and Ben is Ross's oldest son.
Wait a minute. Chandler had twins?
In the series finale, they had twins.
Okay, I'm going with Ben.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Only because he just was the first one, and that's the one I remember.
Pick your favorite movie genre: rom-com, drama, biographical, or thriller.
Biographical.
I knew you were going to pick that one.
I know.
All right. Pick one of Phoebe's boyfriends: Parker, played by Alec Baldwin; Malcolm, played by David Arquette; Eric, played by Sean Penn; or Ryan, played by Charlie Sheen.
Sean Penn.
Sean Penn, Eric. Okay. Pick your favorite music genre: classical, bubblegum pop, 80s, or rock.
I'll go classical.
Really?
Wow. Hey, you can't question the question E.
Well, I'm questioning your choices because I've seen your iPod playlist, and bubblegum pop isn't it? That's weird.
No.
If you want classical, I'll give you classical. That's fine.
Dancing in the USA.
Yeah. Okay, pick your least favorite friend: Ross, Joey, Phoebe, or Monica. Come on, man. It's got to be Phoebe. She was my least favorite. She's everybody's least favorite.
Yeah, she was kind of bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ross kind of drove me nuts. I'm going with Ross.
You going with Ross? All right.
Yeah.
Final question.
Got it.
Who's your favorite character overall? Rachel, Joey, Chandler, or Monica?
Oh, Rachel.
All right. The survey says, wow, Gunther. You are Gunther, the barista.
No way.
Yeah, dude. I cannot make this up. I am screenshotting this right now.
Oh, put it on the Facebook page,
and
man.
I will put it on the Facebook and the Twitter. That'll have so much more significance when people hear this episode.
Okay, well, Gunther, huh? Is there any explanation, or?
It just says Gunther. What's my last name? Because no one ever knew Gunther's last name.
No, and he was such a jerk.
That's what I want to discuss in the next couple of weeks is maybe some of the greatest TV shows of all time that were either underrated or overrated.
I could deal with that. I could deal with that.
I think we should do it. Maybe next week we'll talk about that.
That sounds good, man.
All right, dude. Why don't you go ahead and take us out of here?
All right.
Oh, by the way, before you take us out of here, one last time for our EP, Tom. Hit us up with your ideas for shows, or if you want to be on the show, at Liquid Kernedge at Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Or if you want to talk to Tom, it's Liquid_EP at Twitter. Take us home, Jason.
Well, obviously, thank you, everyone. The painters up in Montana, we love you. You guys have been here for all 46 episodes, and we look forward to 46,000 more. I hope that we live that long. Actually, that's a lot of weeks. But anyway, that's
a lot of shit, man.
That's besides the point. Thanks for joining us tonight. That was Scott. I'm Jason. And as always, if you never know quite what to say, just have yourself some Liquid Kernedge.